Hi children, today I am going to explain about Graham's law. First, diffusion and effusion definitions explanation. Diffusion and effusion. What is diffusion? Take two or more gases. The two gases are combined. It is called a diffusion. Sir, what is this, sir? I will give one best example for us. See this. This is 8th A section. This is 8th B section. 8th A section, hydrogen gas is present. Hydrogen gas is present. In 8th B section, chlorine gas is present. But these two are separated by one small wall. So one gas is present in A section, another gas is present in B section. So two different compartments. Now there is no wall. What happening? Both these two gases are diffused to each other. Means combined to each other. That combination is called diffusion. Okay? Clear? That is diffusion explanation. Second one, take one balloon. This is one balloon. This balloon is filled with any gas, for example, hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas. And make a small hole. Here, I will keep one small hole. Then what happens? Very simple. This gas is escaping from this hole or small aperture. That escaping is called effusion. This combination is called diffusion. This escaping is called effusion. Clear? Right. Now write the definition, all of you. First one, diffusion definition. Right. Side heading, diffusion. Write the definition. The process of intermixing of two or more gases irrespective of their density relationship and without help of external agency is called diffusion. Diffusion definition completed. Now effusion. A gas is allowed to escape. A gas is allowed to escape under pressure through a small aperture made in the wall of closed container. Completed now? Effusion definition is completed. So why are we explaining these two, sir? These two definitions are useful for Graham's law. Because once you apply pressure on both A and B, apply pressure on both A and B, what happens? The diffusion is increases. Means the mixing is increases. When you apply pressure on the balloon, the diffusion process is also increases. The effusion process is increases means the escaping speed is increases. That speed is nothing but rate. The mixing speed is increases. The speed is nothing but rate. Okay, sir. Now Graham's law. What is Graham's law? Definition. Very important. First definition. All of you write the definition. At constant temperature and pressure. At constant temperature and pressure, a rate of diffusion or effusion of a gas is inversely proportional to square root of its density. This is the Graham's law definition. Take one gas. That gas diffusion or effusion. Rate of diffusion or effusion. Rate means what, sir? Speed. When you apply pressure on the balloon, effusion, speed up the effusion. The speed, the escaping speed is called rate. How much speed? Okay, sir. So the rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of its density. Its density means the gas density. And one more definition is there, that is rate of diffusion of a gas is inversely proportional to square root of its molecular mass, molecular weight. One more definition is there, rate of diffusion of gas is inversely proportional to square root of its vapor density. Okay, Randy? 3 definitions, but one definition, write only one definition. Just remember these formulas. Okay, simply rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to square root of its density, inversely proportional to square roots of its molecular mass, inversely proportional to the square root of its vapor density. Here remember all of you one point. D means what? Density means mass by volume. So density and mass both are directly proportional to each other. So D is directly proportional to M. That's why you can write in place of the M. This is one. And under one, what is the relation between molecular mass and vapor density? Molecular mass M is equal to 2 into vapor density. So these two are also directly proportional to each other. What? Molecular mass and vapor density. These two are also directly proportional to each other. That's why in place of M we can write vapor density also. These are the relations. Okay, ready? These 3 formulas are important. Right? Completed. Now next one. So it is very clear. Inversely proportional means what, Nana? If M value is increases, rate of diffusion is decreases. If M value is increases, rate of diffusion decreases. So if molecular mass value is increases, what happens? Rate of diffusion decreases. So lower mass of gases shows high rate of diffusion. ROD means rate of diffusion. Okay, Randy? Now one example. See this example. I will take hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, CH4 gases. Okay, which gas having more rate of diffusion, sir? Yes, first calculate the molecular weights. H2, molecular weight or molecular mass is equal to hydrogen 2 into atomic mass is 1, so 2. N2, molecular mass is equal to 2 into nitrogen atomic mass 14, so 28. Third one, oxygen molecular mass is equal to 2 into oxygen atomic mass is 16 2 is 32. Next, CH4 molecular mass is equal to carbon only 1, so 12 plus hydrogen 4 into 1, so 4 into 1 4 plus 1 16. So which gas having low molecular mass? Hydrogen gas having low molecular mass. Therefore H2 having high rate of diffusion. Okay, ready? This is the definition and concept explanation. Now relations means if 2 gases are given to you, how can you write the relations? Means for 2 conditions or 2 gases. Listen carefully. two gases. Actually, what is the relation here? See all of you know, R is inversely proportional to square root of its density. Okay, same M here or also VD here. Now, for two gases means, for example, one is hydrogen gas, another one is chlorine gas. For hydrogen gas, rate of diffusion is R1 is proportional to, and its density is 1 by root over d1. For chlorine gas, rate of diffusion is taken as R2 is directly proportional to 1 by root over d. Okay, now relation between these two means this is taken as equation 1, this is taken as equation 2. So 1 by 2, equation 1 by equation 2. What happened? R1 by R2 is equal to, see this 1 by x, see this one, 1 by x by 1 by y1. Then what happened? This is in denominator fraction is present, so 1 by x now, y by 1, reverse. So y by x. Similarly, here also 1 by x by 1 by y. Therefore, root over d2 by root over d1. Reverse. R1 by R2 is equal to root over d2 by d1. So root over d2 by d1 means you can write simply root over d2 by d1. So remember all of it, very simple direct formulas. R1 by R2 is equal to root over d2 by d1. Similarly, what is the other relation? R is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. This place m also. So root over m2 by m1. This is equal to, in this place we can write Vd also. So root over Vd2 by Vd1. Okay, Nandi? Right? So total these formulas are very important for solving problems. This is for first definition. Now another definition for Graham's law. What is the other definition, sir? Say this. Another definition for rate of a diffusion, that is R is equal to V by T. What is V? What is T? V means volume of gas diffused. Volume of gas diffused by time taken for diffusion. Time taken for diffusion. Are you understand, Anna? So how much volume of gas is diffused or effused? Both you have to take diffused or effused. For example, one gas is filled in a balloon. How much volume of the gas is escaped or effused from the small aperture by time taken for effusion? How much time is taken for that much of volume escaping? Okay, this is the another definition for rate of diffusion. What is this? R is equal to V by 2. R, volume of gas diffused by time taken for diffusion. One more is there, that is R is equal to N by 2. Here N means we have expressed the escaping gas, that is in volume terms. Here in number of moles terms. Number of moles of a gas diffused by time taken for diffusion. Time taken for diffusion. Same. Here we are using volume term. Here we are using number of moles term. So from small aperture, how many number of moles of gas is escaped from a aperture? And how much time is taken for that aperture, means for escaping, right? Same formula. Now again apply that for two gases. Same for two gases. Two gases means again same one. R1 by R2. This one. First write R1 is equal to V1 by T1. R2 is equal to V2 by T2. What happens, sir, now? Now do R1 by R2. R1 by R2 is equal to these two numerators. So V1 by V2. Right shortcut. These two then are reverse. T2 by T1. V1 by V2 into T2 by T1. This is one of our important formula. And here conditions also there. Conditions means if V1 is equal to V2, means volume in the two times, T1 time, T2 time, same amount of volume is escaped, then what happens? R1 by R2 is equal to T2 by T1. If T1 is equal to T2, then what happens? R1 by R2. T1, T2 same is both are cancelled. Then R1 by R2 is equal to V1 by V2. Okay, Nandi? Same. We can apply for this one also. What is this? Completed this one. Write all of it. Next one. For two gases, same condition. Continuation. Again, for two gases, what is this? R1 is equal to N1 by T1. R2 is equal to N2 by T2. Okay, Andy? Again, R1 by R2. R1 by R2 is equal to, same, in place of V, write small and only. N1 by N2 into T2 by T1. These formulas are very useful for problems. If N1 is equal to N2, if N1 is equal to N2, both are set, both are cancelled. Then R1 by R2 is equal to T2 by T1. Next, if T1 is equal to T2, T1 is equal to T2, these two are same, so both are cancelled. R1 by R2 is equal to N1 by N2. Okay, Nana? These are the formulas, right? Write down all of you. Next one, Nana. Next model. We know that R is equal to N by T means what happened here? Next point. R is equal to N by T means R and N both are directly proportional to N. And R and T is inversely proportional to each other. Okay? So R is directly proportional to N. And one more, we know very well, R is directly proportional, means inversely proportional to square root of molarity. Now combining these two, what is the formula? The formula is R is proportional to N by root over N. This is the formula. Okay, but we know that what is N, sir? Number of moles. So number of moles means that is R is proportional to number of moles. What is N? N is equal to weight by molecular weight. Now substitute this one here. R is proportional to N means weight by molecular weight into root over N. This is also useful for problems. In place of proportional we can write equal to. Okay, Nandi? Right? This is another formula and another important relation. Next one. In the starting definition, temperature and pressure, these two are constant. Then R is inversely proportional to the square root of density. If pressure is not constant, what will happen? If temperature is not constant, what will happen? See that relations. Okay, Nandi? Right. Next point is, if pressure is not constant, right? If P is not constant, then what is the relation between Rate of diffusion and pressure. Hello, we know very well. If you apply more pressure on the balloon, rate of diffusion is increases. Okay, Nana. So both are directly proportional to each other. If rate of diffusion increases, pressure is increases, rate of diffusion is also increases. So R is directly proportional to pressure. And we know that the relation, of course, if we apply any relation, R is inversely proportional to the square root of its molecular mass. Now combining these two, what will happen? R is directly proportional to P by root M. Okay, for two gases, for this one, for two gases, I will write directly Nana, R1 by R2 is equal to, this is numerator, so P1 by P2 into, this is denominator, so reverse, M2 by M1, root of M2 by M1. This is one of the important relations. Condition is, if pressure is not constant. This is the formula. Okay, Randy? Write down. Next one, if temperature is not constant. Pressure is not constant? Okay. Next one is, if temperature is not constant. If temperature is not constant. What is the relation between rate of diffusion and temperature? R is directly proportional to square root of temperature. Very interesting in this relation. Pressure directly proportional. Here directly proportional and square root of temperature. And we know that R is 1 by root M. Now combining these two, we get R is proportional to root T by root M. So root 2 by root M is simply you can write this one. R is proportional to root over T by M. Now for two gases, what will happen, Nana? Very simple. R1 by R2 is equal to, this is the numerator, already it is present in square root, so square root, 2 terms are present in square root, so square root common. So this is numerator, means T1 by T2 into, this is denominator, M2 by M1. This is the relation between temperature, rate of diffusion, and either molecular mass or density or vapor density. In this term, we can write anything, M or D, small d or V. We can apply for this one anything. In place of this one, we can write anything. Here we use molecular mass. Also, we can use density. Also, we can use vapor density. Right? So Graham's law concept completed. Now, just revise. Small revision. First, write down all of this one. This one. Okay, I think completed. Now, listen. First, diffusion means combining two gases or more gases by applying pressure. Effusion means escaping gas from a small hole or through a small hole or through a small aperture. That is the effusion. So by using these two definitions, what is the Graham's law? Graham's law means a rate of diffusion or rate of effusion of a gas is inversely proportional to square root of its density or molecular mass or vapor density. Okay, Andy, these are the first relations. Next, apply two gases condition. This is important for problems. What is that one? R1 by R2 is equal to root of dU by D1, root of M2 by M1 is equal to root of VD2 by VD1. Sometimes problem given relation between these two or these two or these two. Sometimes these two, sometimes these two. Okay, so problem will given in any relations. Now what is the next definition? The next definition is R is equal to V by T. Third definition is R is equal to, sorry, V by T. N by T. Apply two gases concept here also. We get so many formulas. First, right formula. Next condition. If N1 is equal to, if T1 V1 is equal to V2, one formula. If T1 is equal to T2, another formula. If N1 is equal to N2, one formula. If T1 is equal to T2, another formula. Later, if pressure is not constant, one formula. If temperature is not constant, another formula. So formulas are most important for Graham's law because for solving problems. And initially, simple trick: low molecular mass gases having high rate of diffusion. Okay, high rate of diffusion. By using this trick, we can solve so many problems. Right? Thank you very much, Nana. Graham's law concept is completed. Right?